The light grew dimmer, veiled by the mists of forgetting. You were born into a world of form, of duality, a world of light and shadow, joy and pain, birth and death. The earth became your home, a beautiful and broken reflection of the heaven you left behind. You built civilizations, you wrote stories, you waged wars. You searched for meaning in temples of stone and in the faces of those you loved. But always there was a quiet ache in your heart, a longing for a home you could not name, a memory of a song you could no longer hear. This is the human condition, a divine being who has forgotten its divinity. You looked to the skies, to the sun and the moon, and you asked, "Why have you forsaken me? Why this silence? Where is the God I once knew?" But here is the truth, rarely spoken. The silence was never an absence. It was a space, a sacred pause, waiting for you to remember, waiting for you to turn your gaze not to the heavens, but within. God did not leave you. You simply fell asleep, dreaming you were lost. This moment still echoes within you, in every moment of doubt, in every tear shed in the darkness of the night. Humanity, in its forgetting, grew wild. The echoes of the original song were drowned out by the noise of fear, pride, and division. The world became a landscape of broken promises and shattered dreams. Brother turned against brother, and the earth itself groaned under the weight of this sorrow. The light had not vanished, but it was buried deep beneath layers of pain. And this is where everything changed. The divine could not bear to see its children suffer in this self-imposed exile. A great cleansing was needed, not to destroy, but to purify, not to punish, but to wash away the dust of forgetting so that the seeds of remembrance could grow anew. The heavens wept, and the great rains came. The flood was not an act of wrath. It was an act of mercy, a baptism for a world that had lost its way. It was a washing away of the structures of the ego, the kingdoms built on fear and separation. It was a return to the primordial waters of creation, a chance to begin again. The waters covered the highest mountains, silencing the noise of the world, creating a profound and total stillness. And in that stillness, a new song could begin. A single boat, an ark, floated upon the waters. It was not just a vessel of wood, but a symbol, a vessel carrying the spark of life, the memory of the covenant, the promise of a new dawn. The ark carried the seed of hope. It represented the sanctuary of the heart, the safe space within you where the divine light has never, ever been extinguished. Even in the greatest flood of despair, even when the world seems to be drowning in chaos, this inner ark remains. It is your connection to the source, your unbreakable link to the home you long for. The rains eventually subsided. The waters receded. It is about remembering what you have always been. The path to rebirth is not a grand, outward battle. It is a quiet, inward turning. It is the practice of finding the silence beneath the noise of your mind. It is the courage to face your own shadows, not with judgment, but with compassion, knowing they are simply the parts of you that have forgotten the light. Your awakening is the dawn the world is waiting for. Every time you choose love over fear, forgiveness over resentment, unity over separation, you are rebuilding the world. You are singing your note back into the great song of creation. The silence of God ends when your own inner silence begins. There, in that sacred stillness, you will hear the music again. You will remember the light. You will remember the way home. You are the story. You are the fall, and you are the glorious, inevitable rebirth. The light you seek is the light you are.